Namaste everyone. Good evening and welcome to the 15th edition of Samskruti Talks. The topic for today is modern perspective of Pancha Purusha, its relevance to health and education. And the speaker for today is Dr. Rajeev Joshi. But before we start the program, I would like to just give you a few important notices. Please keep your phone on silent and do not answer any phone call in the hall. If you have to answer a call or make a call, please step outside for a minute and do so. Also, I will quickly take you through the highlights of the event. So we will have right now, after I finish my talk, we'll have Arjun Jaiswal, who will read out the name of attendees which he has collected through QR code, and then we will have Vande Mataram. After that, we'll have a welcome of the guests and then talk by Dr. Rajeev Joshi. And after the speech, we will also have a discussion on the topic in which you can ask questions and get your your questions resolved by the speaker, and then it will be concluded by the speaker and also by Dr. Chaudhary ji.
Yam Vedika Mantra Trishaha Purana Indram Yamam Matarishvanamahu Vedantino Nirvachaniyamekam Yam Brahma Shabdena Vinirvishanti Shevayamesham Shivaityavochan Yam Vaishnava Vishnuriti Stuvanti Buddhastatharhan Niti Bodh Jainaha Satshriya Kaleti Cha Sikha Santaha Shasteti Kechit Prakritihi Kumaraha Swamiti Mateti Piteti Bhaktya Yam Prarthayante Jagadishitaram Sa Eka Eva Prabhuradutiyaha.
Dhanyavad. Arjun ji, please come over.
Good evening, everybody. I hope am I audible? Yeah. Now I will be reading out the names of all the dignitaries which are present here. So thank you for your valuable time for this august presence. Okay. I will humbly request the dignitaries, whosoever I will take the name, just stand up at your place so that all the rest of the guys can acknowledge you. Okay. So I will be reading out the names. Dilip Reddy Bharla. He is living in Tirumala Hills, Malakpet. He is a director at PwC. B.N. Pallavi. He is a Ph.D. student at Rani Chennamma University, Karnataka. Vishnu Datta Rayev. He is director of works accountant at finance department, TS, IO, Government of Telangana State. D.V.S. Krishna. He is a retired senior manager from Union Bank of India. Lieutenant Colonel Swarna Reddy, he is a retired Lieutenant Colonel Swarna Reddy. He is a veteran army officer. He is also participant of an organization called Akhila Bharata Purvasai. Rajeev Shesha Joshi. He is a professor of physics from Central University of Karnataka. Dr. Veni Madhavi. He is a founder and director of Vedic Vanas, landscape gardener specialized in temple gardens and personal healing plants. R. Lakshmi Narayan, he is an advocate. Uma Maheshwara, he is also a retired banker from State Bank of India. Next one is Vridula Vijay Kumar, he is also a retired banker from UCO Bank. Dr. B. Murli Mohan, retired PG professor, Ayurvedic medical science, he is a private practitioner. Dr. Vienna Sastri Chamarthi, government service, retired from government, I think state government. Okay. Ramarao, B. Ramarao, retired ED from NTPC. For the now, we just have these registration at our end. Then please register through the QR code. I will have the attendance here.
So now we begin the program formally. I would request our dignitaries to come on the stage. I'll read out the names. Dr. Chamarthi Uma Maheshwar Rao ji, Dr. U.M. Chaudhary ji, Shri Vishnu Datta Rai ji, and our speaker for today, Dr. Rajeev Joshi ji. We will now play Vande Mataram, a recorded version of Vande Mataram. I request you all to please stand in your places. Vande Mataram will be played, and all of you who know the lyrics, the words of Vande Mataram, please sing along with the recorded version. I would like to now introduce our dignitaries on the dais. Dr. Chamarthi Umamaheshwar Raoji. He is a retired IAS officer, former Chief Secretary to the Chief Minister of United Andhra Pradesh, Chairman of Samskruti Foundation, Dakshin Madhya Kshetra, and Adhyaksh of Vidya Bharati. Next is Shri Vishnu Datta Rai Ji. Vishnu Datta Rai Ji has worked as Assistant Director in ISI, which is now called BIS. He joined AP Government in Works Account Service and retired as a director there. He is now serving in Central University of Karnataka at Gulbarga. Our third dignitary, Dr. U.M. Chaudhary Ji. He is a director of Samskruti Adhyayan Kendra at Samskruti Foundation. He is also the governing council member of Samskruti Foundation. Dr. Chaudhary is an alumni of IIT Bombay and he has worked as additional general manager at BHEL R&D. He has also worked as dean in Aurora Group of Institutions. I now request Dr. Chaudhary to please come over and set the context for today's program. Dr. Chaudhary.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Umameshwar Rao Garu, our chairman, the invited speaker for today's talk, Dr. Rajeev Joshi Garu, Shri Vishnu Datta Rai Garu, Shri Vishnu Datta Rai Ji, other distinguished invitees to this program, all my colleagues, dear friends, brothers and sisters. As some of you who have come to this program second time or more would notice that we have been emphasizing the importance of this Samskruti Talks program to Samskruti Foundation and also pointing out what kind of cooperation or association we expect from the participants. Although it appears to be a repetition, considering its importance to us, no repetition is repetition enough, and therefore I think it is in order for me to just briefly mention some points of why we conduct this program and how it is different from any general lecture series. As I said, in a lecture series is without a specific purpose. It is only to enlighten the audience on a particular theme and then maybe answer some questions that are posed by the audience. And the speaker, who is of course an expert on the theme, he answers. But in the course of time, that thing is perhaps fades or forgotten and fades from the public memory or the memory of those who are attending it. We have designed this program in such a way that it doesn't fade away, because it is not just a lecture, a one-way street, but a rather interactive session in which the speaker puts forth his views, his points, and his views, his thesis, but the audience also respond to it in their own way. They put forth their views, their response to this, and questions are also covered in that, to which he subsequently answers, and in the end again sums up the whole session. So in this process, the imprint of the program is there deeply in the minds of all those who are present, and they have an opportunity to mentally connect with it. Again, they see it and do some thinking about it. So this is how we have planned to make it different from any lecture series. And therefore, that is the modus operandi of this program. But then its preliminary function, that also I will very briefly sum up. We in Samskruti Adhyayan Kendra, which is an important part of Samskruti Foundation, we have taken up the task of working in the area of linking of our own Indian old Bharatiya culture to the contemporary public policy. Now this is a humongous task, and we have very limited people who are working on it right now, and we have taken up very limited work on the themes of water, food, and to some extent on the temples. But there are a large number of our social lives which come under the theme of Sanskriti's relationship or possible use or possible inclusion in the current contemporary public policy. So for that, a large number of people need to work simultaneously so that the work which is already delayed on a national basis is hastened up, and people who have the ability and the inclination to contribute to it can rise to the occasion and do so. So this talk series is supposed to be a kind of interaction window with the experts who are present in the city and who have a mind to contribute to this task, to just sort of make it a little more clear to them about how they can contribute to this. So just to put this idea in the minds of people and stimulate them to think on ways of responding on the theme that is presented in a lecture, including the one which is today, and also any other theme which may be the lectures that have taken place hitherto, or any other theme that is their idea to their hearts. So we invite people, distinguished people from the audience, to think of this and respond in a possible way. They can do so by writing articles, blogs, giving suggestions, and in many numerous different ways, but they can do it, and if there is anybody who can do it, it is the august audience that is present here. So that is the purpose of conducting these Sanskriti talks. So therefore, maybe I have said it earlier also, but I am repeating just because of its vital importance to Samskruti Adhyayan Kendra and Samskruti Foundation. So today we have a distinguished speaker, Dr. Rajeev Joshi, and the topic today touches, I think, to my mind, it gives on a little bit of philosophical aspects, but which is then extended to the practical aspects of life. So I expect the lecture to be very, very interesting, because the lectures that happened hitherto, we had some idea of what is the speaker is going to speak, but today we really don't know. It's a really new theme. We are not really aware of it, so we look eagerly forward to the talk today. So with these few words, emphasizing the importance of contributing to this work of interlinking public policy to our culture, and that this is not just an ordinary lecture series talk, but a highly interactive session in which the participants, the audience, are just as distinguished as the speaker himself or herself, and therefore all are invited to participate vigorously, positively. Thank you.
Dhanyavad Chaudhary ji. I would now like to introduce our speaker for today, Dr. Rajeev Shesha Joshi. Dr. Joshi is Associate Professor in School of Physical Sciences, Central University of Karnataka in Kalburgi, Karnataka. Can you hear me now? Yeah, better? I hope you were able to hear the previous part of the introduction. So, Dr. Rajeev Shesha Joshi is Associate Professor of School of Physical Sciences, Central University of Karnataka in Kalburgi, Karnataka. Dr. Joshi is a Ph.D. in Physics, which was awarded to him in the year 2010. He has done MSc in Physics in 2004. And I would like to read about a few awards and recognitions that he has received. Young Scientist Award with Grant 2016, Dr. D.C. Pavte Fellowship 2014, Dr. D.S. Kothari Postdoctoral Fellowship 2013, Best Poster Award for the paper Strain Mediated Magno-Electric Coupling. Okay, Best Research Paper Award, and he's actually received several Best Paper Awards and has published over 50 publications. He's also written some chapters in academic books. So I now request Dr. Joshi to come over and begin his session. Dr. Joshi.
So the talk is for just kindling interest. It doesn't have much technical details around. I have over-compromised all the details, may it be the modern side, may it be the original text side, both of them are been compromised. Why? The very precise reason is to make sure that the idea gets percolated in the system, and once that happens, then the detailing or churning can be done. So that is the basic reason to really have this idea. The reference, the original reference to whatever I am going to talk to. So this will confine to 3 original texts. One is Devapuja Vidhi, which is the ritualistic or the tantric version of worship. So I would like to be explicit in my rendition. So hence every word I utter would rather mean a lot. So hence it's quite intense churning which has brought these words which communicates to you all. So hence you can question me or rather have an interaction onto every word I utter. So my restrainment is to the text which is Devapuja Vidhi and which is the tantric version of it. And it is a day-to-day practice in the southern part of India. It's rather a day-to-day practice. The second text which I am going to refer to is this very important text, which is Tantra Sara, done by Abhinava Gupta, one of the 12th century scholar of Kashmiri Shaivism. I would like to mention him as one of the methodology scholars of the country, rather the most prominent one in the 2 millennia. So that is the text which I would like to refer to. And the other text, the third text which I would refer to is Valli along with Valli of Taittiriya Upanishad. So these are the 3 original texts which are going to be part of my talk, and I am going to restrict to only the ideas in these 3. If there are any other references, they will be put below in blue color. So hence it is going to be restrained to this. Other than this, why am I here? That is quite a question. So meaning I talk to you on an idea called Pancha Purusha, and why am I really talking to you all on this idea is a question. And what really Bharata as a Bharata lacks today is its own asmita. We do talk about Bharatiya asmita, but let us question ourselves what is meant by Bharatiya asmita. Only few of us would be able to demonstrate Bharatiya asmita or render it completely. So there is a limitation wherein we have lost to some extent, or rather to sufficient extent, the Bharatiya Asmita. And if at all I have to regain Bharatiya Asmita, what is the approach that is required is methodology, meaning Bharatiya methodology. If there are Bharatiya methodologies, what are they? If they existed, how they existed, and what makes a Bharatiya methodology a methodology with sufficient superiority across the globe, or if there are limitations, what are the limitations? So that makes me, to come in front of you and try to present this for churning what is Bharatiya methodology. So now the right word to bother here is yukti, so hence it has to be named as Bharatiya Yukti. And if there are studies or if there are works in Bharatiya Mula Shastras on Yukti, the first reference comes to Charaka Samhita itself, which has Yukti as one of its basic content. And why Yukti is very important is because Shastra should not be misinterpreted or wrongly understood or over understood, both. So misinterpretation, wrong interpretation, or over interpretation, these all three have to be avoided. Since all these three have to be avoided, Yukti becomes extremely important. And Yukti is residing in three texts around us just for our information. One is Charaka Samhita itself, and then there is one more Yukti, or it's sometimes in Charaka Samhita called Tantra Yukti, and there is one more text, it's called Yukti Bhasha, which is more of a mathematical understanding of this Yukti or methodology. Other than that, there are many important texts which are possible. So one of the texts which I take is this Tantra Sara. So essentially why am I here is to bring out a possibility of Bharatiya Asmita in policies, Bharatiya Asmita in our methods of rendition, in methods of governance, in methods of execution of life as such. So now that is the idea, so let me go ahead. So this is my place, a small propaganda here. I come from Central University of Karnataka, a very, very green land out here, and it's around 14 years old institution. I would urge you to really come and cherish the academic churning that happens at Central University of Karnataka. So we are very near to you all. That's around 250 kilometers. As I mentioned, so this talk is not going to be a monologue. It's going to be from the beginning interaction. Now I ask one of the simplest questions around. Do you see the image? All of us see the image? I think I mentioned I expect all of us to be zero background people, meaning children. So do we see here an order? Is there any order? Is the first picture ordered? Please answer. Yes, wonderful, right. Is the second picture ordered? Yes. Is the third picture ordered? Which is more ordered? First. Wonderful. What is order? Everybody perceives this idea? Great. Right? So fine. Now let us ask, what is order? System. What is systematic? What is organized? Everything hardcore, huh? Pakka understanding.
More organized.
No. What is order? What is order?
Some pattern is it?
What is a pattern? What is even?
It's easy on the eye.
No. Huh? What is that? Predictability. See, he has some point out there, says that predictability. What's predictability?
Operating in a boundary.
Something more subtler.
Systemic arrangement of things.
What is systematic? What do we mean by systematic?
Is that presenting a coherence?
What is coherence? Everything should be answered, huh? No. Yes, sir, please. Optimum outcome. No, it's a supra thought. Something should be more fundamental. What is an order? What is proper? What is proper? What is proper?
The next thing to come should be predictable from what is there.
What does that mean? Yes, both of you resonate very close to the actual answer. First one out here, second one out here. Give me some better thing.
From a commoner perspective, it's easily understandable.
Subtle, fundamental. Because Indians are, Bharatiya are fundamental. We are very, very core in our understanding. No. Answer is very interesting. It turns out order is relation. If you can write a relation between any two objects, what do you call that as? An order. So what is systematics? 1, 2, 3, 4. One after the other, 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. What is the relation? One is distant to other by 1 something. So this is called positional order. So I can write mathematics for any arrangement. If I can write mathematics for that arrangement, what do I call it as? Order. Great. So what do you really do when you identify orders? Find relations. That's it. So now you try to think of all the orders which you have thought in your world. See whether it sets in your definition or not. So now we freeze. What is order? What is order? Relation. Great. You observe a spatial relation. What is the second part? People are standing here, 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 here. Different. What is that is changing? What is the order there? Haji? Space. No, what's happening? Check. Direction, orientation. What is the order there? Orientational order. So hence, what kind of orders I have seen in these two? Spatial as well as orientational. So we have understood order to be equal to relation. Relations could be spatial or orientational, and the other is also orientational. The person was standing, that group was standing here today, tomorrow it went there, then it went further. I could not add any video there. So hence, what is that related to? Time. So what you have is spatial order, orientational order, and temporal order. So hence, what is order? Relation in space, relation in orientation, relation in time. Fine for all of us? Clear? Great. Go to the next. So the reference is David Bohm to understand. If you want more, please read the other text cited there. Now I ask this important question. What is that? What is that? Structure, a scaffold. So what do we realize is a house is getting built. What do you build before you build a house? A plan, a structure. What are you building before then? What is a plan?
Things to be placed in order.
What is order now?
Relation.
Yes. What do you build before you build a house? A relation. So what are you building before you build a house? A scaffold. What is a scaffold? Order, What is an order? Relation. So what are you building before you build house? Build relation. Am I reaching all of us? All of us are on same page? So what is that you are building before you build a house? A relation. Great for all of us? Great. Some relations are explicitly seen and they are called outer orders or exterior orders. Now what I do is, I make this order. This is my house. What is that I have built first? Relation, meaning some arrangement. I now cover it. So if I cover it, what did I create? What did I create? A form. Or what did I create? A house or a reality. So what is reality? Order covered. So what do we learn is, what is reality that is around you? It's a scaffold. Scaffold covered with something makes a reality. And this relation could be explicitly seen or sometimes not seen. Why? Because there is a scaffold inside this, and do I see the rods which are there inside? I don't. What am I not seeing then? I don't see the order. And what I don't see then? Relations. So I don't see relation in the exterior orders. This is very, very important for us to understand. So reality is a scaffold plus a covering, and what you don't see, the scaffold. Is this idea fine for all of us? All of us are on same page? Any confusion out there? I believe no. We proceed further. So the orders could be explicit or orders could be implicate. I do not see it. But if the towel has taken this shape, that means what is the scaffold? Like this. So I can implicate this scaffold by seeing the external cover. Hence, the scaffold is observable, but implicately. Explicitly, no. I repeat, orders exist, orders are observable, but how do I see them? I see them through an external cover. If the scaffold changes, then the cover will also change. If cover is like this, then the scaffold is of a particular kind. So it is explicitly not observable, but implicately observable. Is this fine? So now I proceed further. Now I look at nature. So if I look at nature, there are few things I observe. Nature has got majorly orders, and they are self-similar to each other. Meaning, if I have some solar system, I do have similar to solar system something inside my body also. Or if I look at a small arrangement, a reef, the reef is self-similar to each other. So this is an observation. So what do we observe in the external world? Self-similarities. Similarities which are self-similar. But look at the leaf out there. What is there in the leaf? A symmetry. So we do observe self-similarities as well as symmetries. An observation, that's all, nothing beyond that. So what I have convinced all of you today is that there exists order. What is an order? Relation. What is mathematics? A relation. So everything is, at the end of the day, if it is, getting order or mathematized, what is it at the end of the day? Just a relation. And how is nature? Nature is self-similar and symmetric. Fine for all of us? We proceed next. Now I ask this important question. Who are you? So I will take all the liberty to torture you as children. So please don't mind. I apologize with folded hands, but still I would take this liberty. I ask you, who are you, sir?
I'm a man.
Who are you? Explain. Who are you?
I'm an individual.
Individual. Explain. Who are you? If you ask me, I will say I am Rajeev. Who is Rajeev? Rajeev is fat. He is a gigantic person. He can talk. He can make merry around. He can really engage people. So all this is Rajeev. So who am I? Who am I?
Yeah, Mr. Rajeev.
Who am I? I am attribute. Who am I? I am an attribute. So now, who are you all then? Attributes. Very nice. So hence, what is identity? Set of attributes. Now, let us think. Sir, what is your age?
58.
58. Believe his age is 10 to the power minus 5 seconds. What is age of so and so? How much is his age? 10 to the power minus 5 seconds. Means seconds ka 10 lakhwa bhag. 10 lakhs times of 1 second. Do I see you? What is my age? 44 years. And what is his age? 10 to the power minus 6 seconds. Now if that is the case, do I see you? No, I don't see him. Because by the time I blink, he is born and dead. Do I see him? I don't. So what is your identity then? Attributes was his identity. But I am seeing him. Why am I seeing him? Because of time. My time and his time match. Hence I see him. If his time and my time doesn't match, I don't see him. So the idea is identity, any identity you take in this world. What is identity? Attribute plus time. If time is not there, it's not an identity. So proper translation, astitva. So astitva is attribute plus time. Does it make sense to all of us? Any astitva in this world, if astitva has to be there, what all have to be there? Attribute, because of which I can see it, observe it. If attributes are not there, I can't observe it. And second, time has to match. If time doesn't match, then also I don't observe it. So hence every astitva at the end of the day is attribute plus time. This is very important. Now, please, let's go to little prior. Now let me ask you, why do you exist? So attribute plus time is existence. Why do you exist? Again question, why do you exist? Why do you exist? Why do you exist? Why do you exist? Strangely, I have one cell, amoeba. Is amoeba equal to Rajeev? No, because it's one cell, not Rajeev. 2 cells. Is 2 cell equal to Rajeev? No. 3 cell equal to Rajeev? 10 to the power 20 cells is equal to Rajeev? Likely. Now I make it 10 to the power 57 cells.
Unlikely.
Likely Rajeev. But unlikely is also possible. Why?
Scale.
No. 10 to the power 57 cells. Why unlikely? Likely is a good answer because so many cells together. Fine for all of us. But his answer is also precisely correct. Unlikely also. Why?
Because that might be the size of an elephant, not Rajeev.
No. So now can you elaborate? One cell may be here. Another cell may be here. Another cell in America. next cell in next universe, and the other cell in the other world. So now, what is Rajeev? 10 to the power 53, but if they are distributed, they are not Rajeev. But when will they be Rajeev? When they are together. So hence, identity is complexity. If it is not complex, it is not identity. So identities could be less complex or more complex, but identities are all complex. So meaning number is required. Now the problem is, elderly, I take this advantage, I push him. Did you move, sir? Yes. Madam, did you move?
No.
No. Let us, please hold her chair, please. Now I move her.
Yes, little bit.
Moved, right? What is that that is making them move together? Connection or a correlation. So we realize identities are at the end of the day number and correlation. So hence astitva is always complex. Astitva is always connected. If it is not connected, it cannot be astitva. Hence, my cell, I move my hand, so many cells move. So hence they are all connected. If they were not connected, my hand would not have moved. So what we learn is, identity requires what? Connectivity as well. Let us freeze our understanding. Identity hence is attribute, number and correlation. If these three do not exist, they are not identities. Do I make sense to all of us? Yes. Now I do one more simple job. I take this object. What is this? Mass. Fine. Let's do this. I push it. What is it doing? Motion. Why it is doing motion? I have put force inside, hence there is motion. So if I don't put force, I don't have motion. Now check, what is this mass? And there is a point which is making it move. If this is here, is it moving? What is that missing? Connection is missing. So hence, force exists itself through only connection. I call it as constraint. What do I call it is? Constraint or bandhana. If bandhana is not there, no force. Do I make sense to all of you? If bandhana exists, what is there? Force is there. If bandhana is not there, force is not there. Now what I do is, I make another bandhana. I hold here. Now check what is happening. I want to move full. Is it moving? Now, only this much is moving. Why? There is bandhana here. Now, what is happening? This is moving straight, but this is moving ulta-pulta. So what do we realize? Somebody was moving very freely earlier, but now he moved erratically. Why did he move erratically? Because there was more constraint. So more the constraint, more the force. So hence, what is force? Constraint. Is this idea clear? Hence, more bandhana, more force, executable force. If less bandhana, less executable force. Does it make sense to all of us? So it's similar to that of that object. It was very easily moving, but you added one more force, it became completely erratic. So hence, more motion can come when you have more constraints. Hence, more motion is possible when you are bandhita. If bandhana is more, force is more. Great. Now go further, please. Great. So what we understand at the end of the day is, I have nodes or points where masses are constrained and there is a constraint. So hence, what is a force? Force is a consequence of node and connections. Fine for all of us? Everything is clear? So if reality has to exist, force has to be there, and force will exist only if there are nodes and constraints. Is this idea fine for all of us? So hence, reality is a consequence of nodes and constraints. Now you ask very precisely, if nodes are flexible, let us ask the same question similar to this. How is this object? Let us take this object first. How is this object? Solid. Is it changing its identity? No. Why it is not changing its identity? It is having nodes and connections. If node and connections are rigid, then you have one kind of structure. Now take this structure. What is this structure? Lot of nodes are there. Check. Lot of holes with connections out there. But what is the difference between this object and this object? Not rigid. So hence, if you are a rigid person, who are you? Sir, ನೀವು ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಿ. Does he understand? No, right? Because he doesn't understand the language. So what he will become? Angry on me. So what he has more? Ahankara more. So hence, connections are always ahankara tattva. So if there is a rigid connection, what is it? More ahankara. If rigidity is less ahankara. Let us ask, hence this object has more ahankara or this object has more ahankara? Chair has more ahankara than towel. Let us ask one more thing. Is bottle having more ahankara or chair has more ahankara? It melts at 120 degrees centigrade. This melts at 300 degrees centigrade. So hence, which has more ahankara? Bottle has more ahankara. Now let us ask, it is rigid. That is the nature of ahankara. Ahankara can break. So what do we learn is, we have ahankara working on what part of the chair? Nodes or connections? It is working on connections. So we realize that there are ahankaras working on connections. Now I have this object, I drink it. What is there inside? Water, which has nodes and connections. Why? Because it is having force. Now the question is it more chara or less chara? More chara. Hence, is it having more ahankara or less ahankara? Less ahankara. So hence, if you look at air, is it having more ahankara or less ahankara? Less ahankara. If you see space, is it having more ahankara or less ahankara? Less. What is retainance of ahankara?
Rigidity.
Make it better. What is rigidity? An attribute. An attribute, if it is retained, what is it having more? Ahankara. We'll bother about that little more later, because something more to work out there. Fine for all of us? Any situational clearance at this stage? So what do we observe is, every reality at the end of the day is nodes and connections. And what is that makes them different is, at the end of the day, operation of ahankara. And where does ahankara work on? These nodes or connections, the ones which connect onto these nodes. Is this clear to all of us? Great for us. Now I ask, this was a solid. What is this? Solid bottle, because glass. I change it to melt or waterize it. What did change? What changed? Ahankara changed. What changed? Connection changed. Fine for all of us. Now this becomes the air also. Then what changed? Ahankara only changed. And what is actually changing when I go from solid to liquid to gas? What is that changes? Ahankara between the nodes. And you call this as Purusha. What is Purusha? Nodes and connections operated by Ahankara. Should I define it once again? So what is Purusha meaning? The proper reference to Tantra Sara. What is Purusha? Purusha is nodes and connections operated by Ahankara. So now, how is the gradation of Ahankara? Ahankara is now graded, we learnt. So what is that is changing from bottle to liquid to gas? What is changing? Ahankara resides in nodes and connections. So what is changing? Purusha is changing. Is this idea clear to all of us? So what has changed is basically Purusha. And if there is evolution, who is changing? Purusha. Now who is Purusha? We learned just now. Nodes and connections operated by Ahankara. So this is Purusha. So how many gradations? If I have to evolve a Purusha, who am I evolving? If I have to change Purusha, whom I am changing? Nodes and connections and the Ahankara into it. Is this fine for all of us? Any confusion? Great. Now proceed further, please. We realize that this gradation of Ahankara is now of 5 kinds. If Ahankara is very rigid, what will it look like? What will you call it as? Prathrivat. So hence Purusha is Prathrivat. Fine for all of us? Then if the gradation of Ahankara is little lesser, then what is he like? Jalavat. Then what is he like? Agnivat. Then he is Akashavat. And then he is Vayuvat. Akashavat. So what do we learn is, how many Purushas are possible based on gradation of Ahankara? Not Panchabhuta. Please do not get confused. They are one consequence. They are just one consequence of this Purusha. So how is the structure basically of the reality? It is Prathrivat. It is Jalavat. Agnivat, Vayuvat, Akashavat. So they are Pancha Purushas. They are, who are they? Connections and nodes operated by Ahankara. Now, Abhinavagupta tries to do little more jargons out there. He says that if the Purusha has to come as manifestation, these many are required. And they are called Kanchukas. What is Kanchuka? What is Kanchuka? Angi, cover. So who covers the Purusha, one is Kala. Let me not translate it. Translation kills the the actual meaning out there. So, but the nearest I have put there. So, what is there is Kala. So, that means if the bottle has to become air, or if air has to remain as air, or water has to remain as water, what is it that it is wearing now? Time first. Second, it wants to remain to be water because of situations and circumstances. Could it be temperature? Could it be pressure? These are circumstances. And circumstances are called by Abhinavagupta as raga. Now, I have situation. The water is here. Hence, it is like water. Hence, what is it there with it? Niyati. So, there exists a coordination in space-time making it exist here. So, hence there exists niyati to it. And it knows that it is water, hence it is water, or it is knowable by others, hence it is having awareness of self and it is aware to be aware of others. So, hence it is capable of vidya. It is capable of vidya. Whether it has a vidya or not, let us not bother. It is capable of vidya. Otherwise, I cannot observe it experimentally. Is this fine for all of us? And then the other aspect is called kala. This is very, very important. Now, the situation is, let us bother, what is this water? My water bottle. Fine for all of us? I give it to you, sir. Who are you? Holding water bottle. What is the situation? This is my water bottle. So, hence, what is relation between me and you? Water bottle. Exchanged. Fine for all of us? So, how much is the vyapti of water? Two people. Connected. Now, I remove this, give as a tirtha to all of you. What will you do? With reverence drink it. So, what is the relation of water? It is a vyapta. So, hence the vyapti of a Purusha is called kala. So, hence, whether you take avatars like Krishna, they are Shodasha Kalopeta. Why? He is an avatara. He is related to me. He is related to you. He is related to universe. So, hence, what is more in him? Kala is more in him. So, what do we learn is, every structural identity is governed by or is limited by these men. Does it make sense to all of us? So, hence, Purusha's limitations are what? All these five. And what do we call them? Kanchukas. This is very important. What's the translation? Angi. Cover. Fine for all of us? So, something which you really confine. That confining object is Kanchuka. So, makes sense. So, hence, time is also a Kanchuka. So, this is very interesting to bother. Now, I go ahead.
One question. So, in terms of Vidya, can you just deepen it?
It's little, I'll take this question little later. Is that okay?
Sure.
So, Vidya is something to be bothered about and very well debated in this section. I will take that question second part. Please. Now, it actually summarizes our understanding. So, whole existence is what then? It is nodes, connections operated by ahankara, manifesting in different forms because of kala, niyati, kala and so on. So, hence, how many purushas are there? 5 purushas. What are their limitations? 5 limitations. So, if these limitations are removed, those purushas will evolve. Start from Prithvivat to become Jalavat, and then Agnivat, and so on. So evolution of Purusha is a function of these limitations. If limitations are lifted, he evolves. Otherwise, no. Is this fine for all of us? Any confusion till now? Great. So now I proceed further. The first reference out there. Now I ask, if there are these structural identities or structural arrangements, they are also graded. So now how are these structures? They are Purushas. Purushas have then identity. So that means what Purusha has? Attribute and time, and these are also graded. Now I ask, who are you? Who are you? Explain. Explain. Who are you?
I am Chandrasekhar.
Explain. I am so and so, so and so, and so and so. Fine for all of us? See it? I am expressing my attribute. I ask the chair, Mr. Chair, who are you? What is he doing? Not answering. Why? What is Jiva? What is life? What is the difference? I answer that I am Rajeev, I have this attribute, but the chair doesn't answer. Why it doesn't answer? Haji? Why? What is life? Identity. It has identity. Attributes are there. Time is also there. I can see this guy.
Consciousness.
Notes and connections are fixed. Fine. I am moving. Fine. I will melt this guy. Will he say that I am chair? No. Something very interesting happens.
Consciousness is there.
Acha, great. What is let us bother. Very, very near to thought. What is consciousness?
Taittiriya.
What is Chaitanya? What is life force?
Awareness of oneself.
What is awareness?
It can't be explained.
Should be explained. Everything, science, rational understanding. Purna Anurakta, meaning something which is unexplainable, great. Let us hold there. But till that unexplainable, everything should be explainable. What is life? No.
It's also a form of energy.
What is it? What is that?
Any entity which has got Iksha, Jnana and Kriya.
What is that? Very interesting. It turns out it can be simplified. So, what is the difference between him and me is, how am I? I am so many atoms together. I have correlation, meaning here I do something, my brain knows I have done something. Does this know? No. What is the difference between him and me? Complexity. So I am more and more complex, and this guy is less and less complex. So hence, what's the difference between both of us? Complexity. So what is life? Complexity. You make system more and more complex, it becomes life. It becomes aware. So if awareness is a consequence of complexity, what is fundamental? Complexity. What is complexity?
No, even a single cell, you mentioned amoeba.
Yes.
It is very, very simple.
Let us.
Even a virus.
Very right,
It's not
madam.
at all complex. But
True.
It's a living thing.
Very, very precise. This is the idea to bother about. Thank you, madam, for putting this question. Let us ask, what is the difference between me and amoeba? Is it aware? Yes, it is aware. Is it having life? Yes. It has life. Let us ask, is this chair having life?
No.
It is having life. It is aware. Now the reason is, I melt this guy, it becomes melt. I melt this guy, it becomes melt. I join them together, it knows what is my kind. Chair mingles into chair in a melted form. So what is it? It is aware that I am also chair, this guy is also chair. Had he not been knowing that this is chair, they would not have mixed when they melted. So what we observe is life or awareness is less in it. In a cell also is aware, but that awareness, grade of awareness is less in it. So everything is complex. Something is less complex, something is more complex. So hence I am more complex. Amoeba is less complex. This is least complex. So hence what is life? Complexity, grade of complexity. So cell is also aware, but less aware. I am more aware, I am more cognized, I am more conscious than the cell. Why? I am more complex. So hence, what is life? Grade of complexity. Now we refine our understanding. So we realize, hence what is life? Nodes and connections, and then the evolution of these nodes and connections. So what is Purusha then? It is also life, but unfortunately, how does it manifest? Let us ask this part. I take young friends of mine for this experiment. Please come down. So I'll take time. Please don't mind if I'm getting you bored. Please tell me. So let us do this experiment. Let us do this configuration. Configuration 1. What did I create is node 1, node 2. What are these two? Node 1 and node 2. What is this? Connection. Now I am somebody fundamental, and this fundamental is going inside this. These are not observable. So what kind of observation is not there? Direct. They are implicitly there, but directly they are not there. Now I ask, I go inside. Am I fitting? Yes, great. So what is that is getting fit? A fundamental object is getting fit inside this configuration. Change this. Now let us try. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let us try this out. Half fit. So what has changed? Configuration has changed. Now let us do this. No, twist on twist. Yeah. Now I will check. I cannot go inside. So what does this mean? Configuration is not permitting me to go inside. So hence what this cannot produce? Reality. So configurations do exist, but this fundamental object cannot go and fit inside. And who am I? Thank you. Who am I? Fundamental object. What is that fundamental object? Prakriti. So what is a Prakriti? A cover which creates Maya, an illusion. Does that make sense to all of us? What is that? That was correct. Configuration. Configuration was seen by Prakriti. If Prakriti cannot go inside, what that configuration cannot do? It cannot manifest. So Purushas do exist, but they are not manifestable. They will get manifested when who goes inside it? Prakriti goes inside it. And what is Prakriti? An envelope producing illusion of reality. So what is reality? Purusha plus Prakriti. Is this idea clear to all of us? So hence this Prakriti, there was a problem. What was the problem? Here it was easy to go, and the other case it was tough to go. And
How do you define this Prakriti then? What is Prakriti?
as such Maya, an envelope called Maya.
What is Maya?
We will do that, madam. Yes, very right. We have two questions to answer. One is Vidya and the other is Maya. Let's bother about that. Very nice. See, we are evolving spiritually. Huh? Huh? Oh, as a fire. I missed it. Yes, very true. Let's proceed. We realize there exist realities then. Now, who are you, sir?
I'm forgetting every time I am trying to answer.
Who are you? He says that I am somebody who is lifting, moving, all that. So lifting, moving, who are these? I am lifting, moving, all that. What is this? Motion. Or what is motion? Force. And this you call it as identity. Is he having that? Can he move? Yes. Hence he has an identity called prana. So what is prana? Motion. And it itself is an identity. And each identity has a Purusha and Prakriti of its own. So is this idea fine for all of us? So what is he having inside? Prana. Prana has a way to move inside. There is a path and there are nodes. And hence what is it? A Purusha in itself.
Again, I have a doubt.
Yes, madam.
Then if this chair is having the prana or not?
Motion in gas.
Yes, yes, madam. Very true, very
So
true.
is it having prana?
Yes. Very precise. Correct. True. And I am also moving because of that object only. If I have no Vayu inside me, I don't move. Very interesting idea. My leg gets choked.
So you mean to say all the gases are alive?
Yes. And I am moving because of that entity called gas. Let us not bother gas. Manifestation of gas is one way. The concept is very important
My
here.
basic question
Yes,
is
ma'am.
how do you differentiate living and the non-living?
We will do that. We will do that. So that answers much of our questions. Living and non-living will be understood later. So is this fine for all of us? So hence the situation is we realize what is mana as what is prana as such? The air which is moving inside, the gross. And similarly, let us ask, who are you? I am an individual. Are you same as chair?
Having prana.
Having prana. Very good. Correct. Now we are in track. Nice. So we are in the Nataka now, doing our patra properly. So who are you?
I'm a person having
Person having prana. Are you different than
Yes, I am.
chair?
I am different from this.
Why?
I have motion, chair is not.
Chair has no motion. Who told you?
Chair has no motion with
Who, Purusha is there in chair. Purusha is there in this also. So who told you that?
chair cannot move itself.
Let us say the person is dead. For a minute, sorry. The person is dead. Now can he tell he is different than chair?
No,
Why?
because that person
Knowledge.
Because he doesn't have a faculty or an identity called manas. Not knowledge. Manas. So what is manas? A faculty to distinguish. So what is it? A thought. What is thought? Discriminator. Fine for all of us? All of them are energies only at the end of the day. So they run out to be energies at the end. So what we realize is, yes sir. Yes sir. Yes, correct sir.
Unless there is a motion, it cannot be called as a Purusha.
Correct sir. Very true.
So you are equating motion with Purusha.
Not really true. I am trying to realize that motion is a fundamental, Purusha is a fundamental structure. You missed the first part of the talk.
Motion with chair.
Motion in
You
chair.
also say chair has a motion.
Chair has a motion. Yes sir.
Okay.
Very, at this stage I will hold these questions. Is that okay? I will prove that chair has motion. We'll do that sir. Don't worry. It has motion. 100% it has motion. Don't worry. So now what we learn is this fine for all of us? Does it make sense? So how many identities we have learnt? We have learnt Annavat identity. We have learnt, what is the second identity? Pranavat identity. Then there is one more identity which is Manovat identity. And now, who are you, sir? Now who are you? Human being?
Human being having prana.
Having prana and mana which knows that distinguishes. Who told you that you have all this? Before I gave talk, he did not know. After, no, just for this drama's sake, after I gave talk, he understood that he is an identity which is, Anna, then Prana, then Mana, and so on. So what did I give him? Jnana of Jnana, not Jnana. What did I give? Jnana of Jnana, a meta Jnana. So what is this? Vijnana. Fine? Vijnana is not Vishesha Jnana. It is Jnanasya Jnana.
What is the difference?
Okay, this is interesting. Again, I reserve this idea. Vidya will answer that part. So hence we realize what is this identity. This identity at the end of the day is Jnanasya Jnana. So hence it is Vijnana. And now I boom you. Boom. What did you become?
Become air.
Air. Great. Now I do one more job. I tell you that you and chair are same. Who is your family? Earlier, who was your family? Who was your family? Husband, wife, so and so. Now I tell you, Vishesha Jnana, not Vishesha Jnana, Vijnana, Jnana of Jnana, telling me that you and chair are same. Then who are your family?
My and chair.
Chair also. Now I tell you, this and Prithvi are same. Then, what is your family?
Myself and you.
Myself, chair and Prithvi. So how is your universe? Big. What is your identity? Expanded. What changed in those 5 entities? What was the limitation of Purusha? Kala. Let us repeat. What was it? Kala. Repeat.
Kala desire.
Kala, Raga,
Niyati and Vidya
and Kala. What expanded?
Kala.
Kala expanded. So hence what did you get is Ananda. So loss of distinguishability is Ananda. Does it make sense to all of us? So hence, sir, yes sir.
Ananda is always related to something.
Yes sir.
See, between two factors,
Yes sir.
what is emerging out of it,
Yes.
which is pleasing your mind,
Yes sir.
call it Ananda.
Indeed, very precisely defined.
Ananda by itself doesn't exist. You need to say
Yes.
Ananda is X, but not K.
No sir, it's very precise now. What is that? If distinguishability is lost, that process or experience of loss of distinguishability itself is Ananda. Does it make sense to us? So it's very generalized definition of Ananda itself, and Bhrigu calls it as Brahma Puchha. So Brahma is beyond this identity itself, called Ananda. So how many identity? Yes sir.
Kala,
Yes.
what is Kalatita?
Sir?
Kalatita.
So that is Kalatita is also possible. Brahma is Kalatita. He is not bound by those 5. So those 5 are bindings of this stuff. So hence, what is reality as such then? How many identities exist? Let us repeat. How many identities are there? 5 identities. Anna, Prana, Mana, Vijnana, Ananda. What are they? They are identities. What is identity? What is identity? Attribute and Time. You should not forget all the definitions which we have really learned in the classes, right? So earlier have to be not forgotten. So what we learn is, what is Purusha? Nodes and connections operated by Ahankara. Where will the Purusha exist then? In all identities. So he exists in Anna, he exists in Prana, he exists in Mana, he exists in Vijnana, he exists in Ananda. Now the problem is, he is a sum of Purusha, Prakriti associated with him, residing in these identities. Is this fine for all of us? Any confusion? So hence, what is reality? Reality is Prakriti, Purusha, residing in Anna, Prana, Mana, Vijnana and Ananda. Fine for all of us? So now who will get Ananda then? Let us ask, is he Anna? Yes. Is he Prana? Less maybe. Mana? Less maybe. Then is he Vijnana? Less maybe. And then is he Ananda? Less maybe. Let us ask him, is he Prana? Anna? Yes. Is he Mana? Yes. Is he Vijnana? Is he Ananda? Maybe yes, more. So hence, what is the difference between chair and him? He is more complex. So hence, the situation is, what are identities? Grade of complexities. What increases as grade of complexity increases? If you get Ananda, what do you lose? Distinguishability. So hence, the situation is, who is at more Ananda? Who is more complex? This is counterintuitive. So we realize the Ananda of object is very high only in the systems which are highly complex. If they are less complex, they cannot experience Ananda much. Fine for all of us? And for each kosha, what exists then? Purusha. What is Purusha? Nodes and connections operated by Ahankara. In all identities, what exists? Ahankara exists. Which is lighter in Ahankara? Out of all these five identities? Ananda is great. We have become philosophers now. So what do we learn? What is Ananda? Purusha only, but with less. Wonderful. Do we realize this idea? Great. Let us proceed further. So now we realize that every structure is like this. It is paths, nodes leading to Purusha, enveloping, giving Prakriti, which is like these five. And this encapsulated gives you identities. How many identities exist in us? All five. Everybody has all five, less or more. Fine for all of us? Great. Now proceed further. This actually tells me I established the concept of Pancha Purusha. Now let us look into applications when I design. So this is a methodology. Pancha Purusha is a methodology which tries to design every system in this world in terms of nodes and paths, and operated by something called ego or ahankara, enveloped by nature or guna. And guna is the fundamental feature of the Prakriti itself. And how is Purusha? Is it sthira or chara? Chara. He is dynamic in nature. Hence, this is the contradiction to Sankhya approaches. The one which is given by Abhinava Gupta makes Purusha precisely chara. And is he observable or unobservable? Observable. But is he directly observable? No, implicately observable. So Purusha is observable and he is implicate in nature. Let us try to use this methodology of Pancha Purusha for some of our problems. One of the problem I take, so I take very generalized problems, then we can specify them to more specific ideas. So this is the base of my understanding, or this is the thesis. Now go to applications. I ask, what is education? What is education? What is education? Knowing something, knowledge? No. What is education? Haji, learning? No. What is education? Haji? No. No. To differentiate? No.
Knowledge that is structured to give an enlightenment of some entity or
Very near to the practical definition, but no.
education is jnana.
Jnana, okay. Fine. Comes very near to our understanding, but again the limited definition. Yes, sir.
Maybe delimiting yourself.
Okay. So there is something in he's trying to say. Very precise, sir. Little more. Great. Let us hold there. I rephrase what he says. Thank you for the answer, sir. Now I do a simple job. What is this? Chair. What is this? A chair, right? I ask Professor Vishnu Dattaraya, sir, what is this? Sir, what is this? Chair. No, you are a chemist. You should tell me what is this. It's a polymer. Wonderful. So now he says that that is a polymer, not a chair. Is he right or wrong? Right. What's the difference between he telling it chair and he telling it polymer?
He's able to see deep inside.
What is the difference between these two people?
Knowledge.
So he is able to see, he is also able to see. He has a jnana, he also has a jnana. What is the difference?
One is Swarupa, another is Jnana. Cause and effect.
Cause and effect? No. Swarupa is fine. Swarupa is cause. No problem. So what is the difference between these two jnanas?
Depth knowledge.
What is that he is trying to say? He saw a little more complexity in the system. So what is education? So now let us do one more job. You ask me, who is he? I tell that this is Brahman. What is this? Brahman. Who are you? Brahman. Who are you? Brahman. Who are you? Brahman. What is the difference between me, him and that chair? I have more Vijnana than him. This has less Vijnana than him. So what is Vijnana? Knowledge of knowledge. So what is education? The ability to acquire knowledge of knowledge. Knowledge comes very easily. But what is that has to be acquired? Knowledge of knowledge. And knowledge of knowledge, how is it acquired? No. Oh, one simple. By? How do you get knowledge of knowledge? By learning as well as by unlearning. So what is education? It is a consequence of learning as well as unlearning. So what is education? Acquiring knowledge of knowledge through learning as well as unlearning. So this is redefining education. Please realize this. So what are we defining knowledge, education as? It is creation of knowledge through the process of learning and unlearning. Each process is a node. So hence, learning is a node. Unlearning is a node. So they are processes. Hence, thinking, reflection, solving in any education system become nodes. So who are that part of Purusha then? Who are they? They are nodes. They are accumulations. So hence, what is accumulation? Thinking is an accumulation. Reflection is an accumulation. And solving is an accumulation. I repeat once again, what is education? Acquiring knowledge of knowledge through learning and unlearning, and this is consequenced at node, which are thinking, reflection and solving. Now if I want to be a thinker, what do I do? How do you improve thinking capacity of a person? First thing, did you learn, all of you, did you learn today? Something is learned. Why did you learn? Why did you learn? I did lot of dance. No, why did you learn? I learned because, so all of us learned because I did kirtana. What is kirtana? Expression through all this. I dance, I move, I use my sound to attract you. What am I doing then? I am building attention. So hence learning is through path of attention. If I don't have attention, I cannot learn. Is this idea fine for us? So hence attention is path. And what is the consequence of path of attention? Thinking. If you are attentive, you can think. If you are not attentive, you don't think. Fine for all of us? So path is attention. Other than that, why are you here? You want to listen, you want to understand, you are motivated. So since you are motivated, you learned. So hence, what is motivation? A path. So then what is that you acquired now? You acquired. Today, who are you, sir? Who are you? I am a learner. I am learned. I am learned. What did you learn? I learned I am Ananda. Right? So why did he learn that he is Ananda? So let us ask once again, what is your identity? Ananda. Huh? So acting, huh? So we learned that he is Ananda. Why did he learn that he is Ananda? Because he was capable of perceiving it, hence he had that cognition in it. Your eyes were listening, your ears were listening, your skin was listening, your faculties were listening, hence you got knowledge. So what is this sum altogether called? Cognition. What is cognition? It's an identity produced through the measurements. So what did you measure? You saw me, that is the measurement. You heard me, that is the measurement. So all of together make an expression. What do you call this as? Cognition. So prajna is a complexity produced by senses. If senses are not there, what is not there? Prajna is not there. Prajnana is different. So hence we realize, what is prajna then? A path to learn. So hence if you want to improve education, how do I improve education? Let us say all other processes are there. What to be improved? Paths to be improved. Which is the less ahankara in this? Look at attention, motivation, cognition. Which is less ahankara? Cognition is less ahankara. So hence, what to improve when you want to improve education? Cognitive capabilities. If you improve attention, less use. If you improve motivation, little less use. But if you improve cognition, you become more and more educated. What is definition of education? Let us repeat once again. Knowledge of knowledge through the process of learning and unlearning. And to do that, what is the path to improve? Attention, motivation and cognition. Which is more important? Great, we have learned. So hence, education or education as a Purusha becomes a dynamic learner. So how is Purusha as education then? He is self-aware, always dynamic, expressing itself but implicately. So do you know that I am educated in Parshvanadi Chikitsa? No, but if I hold his hand and then start telling what is his eating in the morning, what do you know? I am educated in Parshvanadi Chikitsa. How my Purusha is expressing? Implicately, not explicitly. Is the model clear to all of us? So in education, what expresses in the society? What expresses in the society? Purusha only. And Purusha in which sense is more expressive? In the implicative way, not in the explicit way. Is this fine for all of us? Let's go to the next idea. So this is applied to some class which I teach. So I skip that as of now, and because of the heterogeneity of the audience. Let's go next. Now I ask, hence, if there is a problem in education, let us say a person fails in the class, a Vikriti. So now please note, I called failing of a person in the class as Vikriti. So what is not proper in him? Prakriti is not proper. So I call it as Vikriti. So now I ask, the person is highly attentive, he is capable of thinking, he is very well good thinker but failed in the class. If that is the case, what should be wrong with him? Thinking is a node or path? Node. So now I ask, if the person is a good thinker but failed in the class, then what is problem with him? Path is a problem. Now I ask, if there are paths, what are the different paths we learned? Attention, motivation and cognition. So now we check the person is attentive. Yes, he is attentive. He is able to be motivated. Yes, he is motivated. If he is even with that not really excelling in the class, what is problem with him? Cognition. What are the cognitive path blocks, I ask. So then you realize that there is anxiety. If the person is anxious, his cognitions don't serve. Or if the person is having boredom in him, then the attention doesn't work. Or if he is overloaded with lot of other subjects, then also he will fail in a subject. So hence paths can be vitiated by blocking, or paths can be vitiated by overflowing, or path could be vitiated by disruptions. So we realize education has a Vikriti, and Vikriti could be either in node. If node is okay, what is the problem? Paths. What to treat then? What to treat? Paths. That is the situation. So hence the treatment or educated human being is a normalized path and node, or a Purusha himself. And who is the best Purusha? Who is fully spread? Akashavat. Who has what is less in him? Ahankara. Which part makes him more spread? Ananda. So Ananda is residing in which capability? Cognition. So what to improve to make a person realized? Improve cognition. Next please. So this brings us to the education as optimized path, node and networks. That itself is education. So now if I go further, I take one more example and conclude. So now I ask, what is health? What is health? What is health? What is health? Very good, but something more dramatic. So what is Anand? Sorry. What is health? What is health? What is being healthy? Ayurveda says, swasthasya swastha rakshanam vikarasya mukti. So I have to be healthy, being healthy, and I should be having some paths blocked. If I have blocked paths, they should be removed. So hence, what is health? An optimized configuration. So what is health? An optimized configuration. But then, what are the ones which contribute to this whole configuration is nodes and paths. What is the node in my physical health or physical body? Heart, brain, liver. What are these capable of doing? A process. Thoughts are processed by brain, blood is processed by lungs and heart. So hence, who are these people? Nodes. And if there are paths, who are they? The path between brain and heart? It is blood flow. Now that is wonderful. Now I realize if there are physical nodes, there are essentially paths. What is the gross path then? Blood. What is the little lighter path? Prana. What is it? Air-like. So hence we realize there is one more path, and we realize there are nodes which are there in the body also. Let us do this job. You can do it to yourself, huh? So I touch here. Does it pain? Please do this. Touch here. Does it pain? No. Let us touch here. Okay, very difficult, huh? Yeah. Does it pain? Pains more, right? Compared to this paining is more. Why? Why? This is a node of whom? Of the which Purusha? Air-like Purusha or the Prana Purusha. So we realize for the path of air, there are nodes available. And who are they? They are called Marma. What are they called? Marma. So if I am supposed to treat the Pranabat Purusha, whom do I treat? Air. And where air will be concentrated? At the Marma. So hence I have to do Chikitsa. Then what do I do Chikitsa? Amarma Chikitsa. Is this fine for all of us? Great. Now proceed further. If I have to have a person who is fully illusioned, how do I treat him? What is that is changing? Manas is changing. What is Manas? Thought. So if I have to change thought, what do I treat? The objects which are more complex with more connections, but working only on distinguishability. If I work on distinguishability more, which Purusha I am treating? Manas. So hence, if I treat thought, whom am I treating? Manas. I give very nice thoughts to you. Do please Rama Bhajana. Then who am I treating? Manas itself. So we realize that each Purusha can be treated separately. Now, if I just look into, in each objects it can be treated separately. If I want to treat Manas, then I can treat Grana, meaning smelling capacity and other objects. Similarly, if I have to treat Anna, I have to treat my Ahara, Vihara and Asana and so on. You can use these path rectifying objects in treatment of Purusha who is assigned at these processes. Please next. So this tells me that nodes in the body are connected by path and identify Vikriti in them. Firstly, to know Vikriti, what should I know? Prakriti itself. Know Prakriti, then find the Vikriti. You are able to treat the person. Let's proceed last. Hence, health becomes a complex chart of these nodes and different paths. Now, this tells me to the last part of our learning. I push myself to ask, what is the aim of life then? What is the aim of life? Everybody open question. So this turns out was the same question asked by Garuda. Who asked this question? Garuda. But what he did was, he asked it to the right person. Who is the person to ask? Vishnu only. You ask Vishnu, what is the aim of life? What is the aim of life? You are dying. No problem. Vichara of moksha also will go. Moksha sthiti also will go. So what is the aim of life? Yes, madam. I skipped. I am sorry. Just because of the constraint of time.
So aim of life ultimately will be attaining Ananda.
What is that you are doing then?
Awareness,
The last one, please. What is the aim of life? What is aim of life? Shunya, no. What is aim of life? You have to die otherwise. For other things you have to die. And to being alive, what is the aim of life? No.
to make our life
Remain peaceful and happy. No. Very surprising. This is the answer given by Vishnu, not my answer. Absolutely not my answers. So what is the aim of life? Make it better? Make it better? Very near to the answer. What is aim of life? What is the aim of life is very interesting. It is to become better configuration. What is the aim of life? Samskruto Purusha tat Jivana Dhyeyaha is Garuda Purana's statement. So Garuda Purana's last adhyaya tries to tell us what is aim of life? Become better configuration. So how to become better configuration? Which is the best configuration? Which Purusha is best? So configuration is now Purusha, and hence you should become Uttama Purusha. So which is the Uttama Purusha? Least Ahankara. So how will you become least Ahankara? How will you achieve more and more complexity? Haji? No. What that practice should involve? What that sadhana should involve? Vijnana or Jnanasya Jnana. So hence, what is the aim of life? Become Vijnani. Not become scientist. Become Jnani of Jnani, such that you become Anandavat, or you become Akashavat Purusha. So what is aim of life? Being least ahankari. And how do you achieve that? From Jnana of Jnana. What is Jnana of Jnana? Vijnana. What is Vijnana in our understanding now? Less ahankara. What is that we learned just now? What is Jnana of Jnana? Through learning and unlearning. What was that? Education. So what is aim of life? Become more and more educated. And educated in the true sense, meaning at the awareness level. Otherwise, no. So hence, what is aim of life? Being a better configuration through Vijnana. What is the path then? Vijnana itself is the path. So hence, what is this marga? Thank you. I am done.
And I think it was a wonderful session. And I have gone through this session after a long, long time. He was repeatedly mentioning Jnanasya Jnana. The moment he mentioned it, I am reminded of Satyasya Satyam. In the Advaita philosophy, the original knowledge which we say, the realistic knowledge is covered by Maya. He has also referred to that. This is also a reality. What we see is also a reality, but we really don't have the original knowledge, though this is only a partial Satya. But the real Satyam comes when you understand come to that Ananda level, or understanding equating the self with the Brahma Jnana to that level. So that is what is described in one of the Upanishads, maybe the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It's called Satyasya Satya. So there are two truths, different levels of truths. So this gives us, a lot of ideas to think about in our day-to-day life and also in science. In science also we see, there's a chemistry professor here who can say, initially we studied what is known as Berzelius hypothesis, and then came the Avogadro's hypothesis. Atoms are replaced by molecules, or molecules are replaced by atom, whatever. So as we are going deeper and deeper into these things, there are a lot of areas of correlation. I was just mentioning to him before we started the session that quantum physics has a lot of parallels with Vedanta philosophy. The idea was mentioned once by Vivekananda also, but subsequent scientists, several of the scientists mentioned it, and some studies going on also in different areas. So that is just for you to a small idea where you are interested in, try to understand this subject, because if quantum physics has parallels in Advaita, when it is properly established, what it means is this country has this knowledge of quantum physics related 4,000 years or even much earlier. Vedas, as we know, is not that the knowledge started only at that time. Vyasa has compiled them, classified them. The knowledge was already existing. Since when? We don't know. Because we don't have the habit of having historical things recorded in the past. We really don't know. But this type of lectures gives us a glimpse of looking into the past, looking into our ancient wisdom, and try to see what portions of that can be utilized by us today for the current generations with benefit. So I'm sure all of you have benefited by this talk. I'm grateful to him that he has accepted and gave, as one of the friends mentioned, a very animated talk. People just sat without moving for almost 2 hours. It needs a commanding attention. The subject also seemed to have interested all of us. And thank you once again, Dr. Rajeev Joshi. Thank you all for taking time in spite of almost like 42 degrees centigrade outside and joining us here. But for the temperature, probably would have expected a few more also would have joined. But nonetheless, whoever have come here have understood this, listened to this, and then benefited by that. Thank you very much.
Now I request Dr. Umameshwar Rao ji to present a memento to our speaker, sir, Dr. Rajeev Joshi, on behalf of Samskruti Foundation. We will take a couple of more minutes of your time. So before the remaining parts of the program are to be covered, I request you all to stay back till the end so that we can take a group photograph with our speaker, sir. And please do not leave, and then we'll have arrangement for tea also outside. Now, I would like to mention names of our governing council members of Samskruti Foundation who are present here right now. We have Ramurthy ji, and Shri T. Ram Babu ji. Also we have directors. So director of Samskruti Talks, under which under the wing of Samskruti Talks we have this program right now. So Shri Uduta Venugopal ji and Srimati Nagaprashanti ji, she is also one of our directors. I now request Arjun Jaiswal to read out names of any more people who have joined after we started the program. So introductions of some more of our attendees. Arjun, over to you.
Hello everybody. So while this fascinating lecture was going on, few more dignitaries have joined us in between. So I will be reading out their names. So I will again reiterate, just be humble and stand at your place so that all of the guests will acknowledge you. Okay. So I will be starting with N. Kameshwari. She is a retired lecturer from Samskruti Foundation. Mr. Siddhartha Ayagiri. He is a public policy professional. Mr. Raghavendra S. He is a businessman related to an organization called Cyber Systems. Okay, yeah, no issue. Venugopal Uduta. He is a head at EGRC Capability Tech Mahindra. Sri Rama Sastri Chemboli. He is a senior vice president, Visishta Insurance Broking. Raja Rama Devi Patel, assistant professor, retired. Mr. R.K. He is a professor at Osmania University and member of a student organization ABVP. Santosh Rao Balguri. He is a CMD at Agrimode Solution Private Limited. Mr. Asim Prakash Srivastav. He is a software architect at AT&T and he happens to be my boss. Bhaskar Pantula. He is a former president of National Company Law Tribunal. That's all. Thank you. And I wanted to share one more information. Similar kind of lecture we will be having in the next month. That is the third Saturday of the next month. And the title will be, Can Thinking That Caused Climate Change Can Solve That Issue? On the perspective of Bharatiya Darshan. And the speaker will be Dr. Satish Chandra Senoi. He is a former director at Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services, Hyderabad. So I will request you all for your august presence at this event. Thank you.